Hey everybody, Michael Fireborn here. We are out in the mountains today. I was on my motorcycle riding and I saw the snow-capped mountains and I decided to ride up here to get some fresh air, to relax, and to have a chat. It's been a minute since I made a video, and so here we go. I'd like to talk about life and death. I'd like to talk about the seasons. I'd like to talk about change and nature and our place in all of that. Last year on October 15th, my mom transitioned. She left her body. She left us, and that was something that was a real, experience, a life experience that I had thought for the longest time that I would never be able to handle. And when it happened, all I can say is through and throughout and after that experience is that I grew a lot, and it turned out to be a really beautiful, significant, life enriching experience for me as far as my spiritual growth and seeing our place in nature and how we can become attached to certain things, and also how we can gracefully surrender and let go. Because we're not in control of nature. We're not in control of the cycles of birth and death. But we are here. And to a certain degree, depending on how much work we've been doing on ourselves and our spiritual practice, to a certain degree, we are aware of our place in nature. And although we don't have control over life's circumstances and nature and how things come about, we do have control over how we react when things happen. We do have control over our capacity and our ability to be able to rein in our emotions. We do have the capacity to be able to keep our eyes and our lens that we view the world with. We have the capacity to keep that clear and free of all the things that keep us distracted from seeing the truth when Spirit brings lessons and circumstances and people and all kinds of opportunities to the forefront of our life. And so now, in my life, in this past year, right now, my family and I are going through the process of watching our dad, my siblings' dad. He is about to leave us any day now, and he's been going through some tremendous health challenges and surgeries and cancer, all kinds of stuff over these past 2 years. And now he is getting ready to leave, and here we go again. And I am really grateful for my practice and meditation and for having the family, the unit that I've had growing up, everything that's led to me being the man that I am today. I'm so grateful because I'm able to be present and really get the most I can from this experience of my dad going through all this health stuff, going through all this pain and all this suffering, and being able to glean some real wisdom that nature, that Spirit is showing me, so that, because my dad, he's had all kinds of issues with alcohol and, diet and all this stuff. He didn't really, there's a lot of things that I've been able to watch and learn. And hopefully through watching and seeing, through the wisdom of that, I can course correct and not make the same mistakes in my own life. And so this is what I love about yoga meditation and this practice of working on oneself. This is what I love about this practice, because when we see that nature and Spirit, through the experiences of our life, brings to us everything that we need so that we can take one step closer to that which is our full potential, which is a Christ conscious, realized human being that has awakened while alive in this very lifetime. And that's the promise. And that promise is the main And the one and only focus of my life, and really that is the one and only and main focus of a yogi, is to become liberated from all the distractions, from all the delusion of this life. And it is so special when a human being who has engaged and embarked down the path of love and light through their yoga practice, through their meditation, it is such a blessing. It is so beautiful when a human being can look inside and know to their core that they are playing the game with wisdom, that they are playing the game to the best of their ability, and they're doing the best that they can to stay within the rules of this lifetime, and we're doing the best of what we can with what has been presented to us and what has been given to us. Because it's really easy to be distracted in life. You know, somebody gets sick in your family. It's really easy to go into some kind of a depression. It's really easy to point the finger out there and blame somebody or blame something or complain why you're not getting things the way you think you want it. But the wise human being, the wise yogi, is able to be present and centered and grounded and attentive and poised right here, right now, so that no matter what Spirit brings into our life, the death of the closest person you love, a miscarriage, someone breaks your heart, you get in a car accident, you can't walk anymore, no matter what Spirit brings to you in your life, the yogi, the wise human being, is able to be present and attentive and say, aha, what can I learn from this right here, right now? What is God trying to tell me? What is God? What is nature? What is Spirit wanting me to learn from this experience? Whew. And so with my dad leaving here soon, with my mom leaving last year, when we look at nature, when we look at how things change, nature tells us in everything. The springtime comes, we see those flowers come up and they bloom and blossom. The summertime comes, everything is exalted, new babies are being born. There's a sweetness in the air. Fall time comes, the leaves turn brown, the grass turns brown, the bears go into their caves. The snow begins to fall, it gets colder. It's a time to go inward, it's a time for contemplation. Winter time comes, it's really cold, it gets really hard. Then right on the horizon, springtime, here it comes again. So we are in this realm of duality, but in this duality of these opposite poles of nature, with light and with darkness, male and female, masculine, feminine, however you want to look at it, there are cycles. And the wise one, the wise yogi, pays attention to this. It pays attention to nature. Pays attention to what Spirit has given us so that we can learn, and then we can glean and take from that the wisdom that comes from the teachings of nature. So when it is our time and we get sick, and we're at the end of our life, and it's time for us to transition and leave these bodies, will we have taken the time throughout our life to allow nature to teach us? Will we not just see that the seasons out here change, but the seasons everywhere? There's a season for everything. We're born, there's a maturity. We come into our sexuality, our maturity. There's a time for inner exploration or outer exploration. Maybe you go off and start a family, or maybe you're into your career. There's a time for all that life and hustle and bustle. Then there's a time a little bit later, you get a little bit older in your 30s and 40s. Maybe it's a time to be more introspective and study and get more into your spiritual life. And then you get into your latter years and you get even more quiet and more still and prepare yourself to leave this body. And it starts again. So one of the real things that I got from my dad the other day, we went up to hang out with him, you know, I asked him, I said, Dad, how are you doing? And he said, I'm not scared. And that was such a relief for me to hear. And then later he mumbled something and said something about nature. And we had talked some previous months before that about nature and how everything changes. And if you just look at that, it's more or less obvious once you see how you are a part of nature. This body is literally a part of Prakriti. It's a part of nature. It's a part of this material universe. But there is nothing material. There's nothing matter about who we really are. We are of the spirit. I hope that this time, if you've gotten through to the end of this video, I hope it's helped you. And I hope you take what we shared today and actually apply it to your life with regard to meditation, and how that meditation practice, my meditation practice for well over a decade now, has helped me to be able to masterfully cope with a situation that I'd never thought I'd be able to, which was my mom leaving. And if you haven't lost a parent or haven't lost someone close to you, and you haven't experienced that yet, this is a real opportunity to dive into your meditation practice, because I will testify and share with you right now that this meditation and this yoga practice really does make you a better you. You're more capable. You're better equipped to handle life. May all beings everywhere take time every day for yoga meditation. My name is Michael Fireborn, and I am right here with you.